Now at 5.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security.
An Oval Office showdown over the budget and the border.
One thing I think we can agree on is we shouldn't shut down the government over a dispute. And you want to shut it down. You keep talking about it.
Let me just say one thing. The fact is, we do not have the votes in the House.
Tonight, the stage is set for a government shutdown. Today's meeting between the president and congressional Democrats was billed as a meeting to discuss working together.
Instead, it devolved into the president threatening a government shutdown if he doesn't get his border wall funding. CBS 4's Mola Lenghi is at the White House where the meeting took place. Mola.
Well, Rudabeh, Elliott, if today's meeting between President Trump and Democratic leaders is any indication of what a politically divided government will look like here in Washington over the next 2 years, well, it's going to be a bumpy ride.
Then we have the easy one, the wall. That'll be the one that will be the easiest of all. What do you think, Chuck? Maybe not?
It's called funding the government, Mr. President.
So we're going to see, but I will tell you the wall will get built. We'll see what happens.
President Trump's meeting with Democratic leaders spiraled quickly downhill as the press looked on.
I will shut down the government.
Okay,
absolutely.
fair enough.
And I am proud, and I'll tell you what,
disagree.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security, Chuck.
President Trump is insisting any spending bill must include funding for his border wall, or he'll shut down the government.
The people of this country don't want criminals and people that have lots of problems and drugs pouring into our country.
The Senate Majority Leader appeared to distance himself from the negotiations, even though some of his fellow Republicans praised the president's hardline stance.
Discussions continue about how to fund the government between the president and the Democrats. We'll be dealing with other matters here in the Senate.
Congress has until December 21st until funding for the government runs out. But Democrats say the president's insistence on a $5 billion border wall will kill any chances for a deal.
This temper tantrum that he seems to throw will not get him his wall, and it'll hurt a lot of people because he will cause a shutdown.
We have a Trump shutdown as a Christmas present, a holiday present to the American people.
Look, we have to have the wall. This isn't a question. This is a national emergency. Drugs are pouring into our country. People with tremendous medical difficulty and medical problems are pouring in, and in many cases, it's contagious. They're pouring into our country. We have to have border security. We have to have a wall as part of border security.
A new Marist poll for NPR shows 65% of Republicans think the president should not compromise on the wall, even if it means a shutdown.
I'd like not to see a government closing, a shutdown. We will see what happens over the next short period of time. But the wall is a very important thing to us. I might put it a different way. Border security is extremely important, and we have to take care of border security.
Now, if this leads to a government shutdown, President Trump insisted today that he is willing to, quote, own that shutdown. Now, the president is insisting on roughly $5 billion for his border wall. Democrats say that number should be closer to $1 billion. So, Elliott, Rudabeh, that just illustrates just how far apart these two sides are at the moment.